That's a question only you and your husband can answer. But before you make a decision, I'd like you to learn some more about Down syndrome.
I started to read up about Down syndrome when you gave us the odds at our last visit. I started to read the information, but as I thought about my own baby, I just couldn't do it.
Perhaps I can help here. I'd like to give you a packet, some information about Down syndrome. This packet also contains some information from the local Down Syndrome Association. If you'd like, they can talk to you and help you understand some of the things you might be feeling right now. Okay? Also, here's some books that are great material about Down syndrome.
Thank you, Doctor. We will look at this. I guess I hope that our child will grow up and own the business my wife and I started. I guess we can't forget that now.
Now, we've learned a great deal about Down syndrome in recent years. First, children with Down syndrome are not all the same. They're just as unique as other children. It's impossible to predict the future of any child, but our notions about what is possible are changing.
Yeah, but what does that really mean?
Most children with Down syndrome follow typical developmental patterns, but they may do it a little more slowly. With early intervention, they're learning in regular classrooms, developing friendships with other children, and growing up to become productive adults. I don't want to minimize the problems that these children will face, and I'm not in your shoes. I can't begin to understand what you're feeling right now. I do have this CD. It's called Brighter Tomorrows, and it provides life glimpses of children with Down syndrome and young adults with Down syndrome, as well as stories from parents and important resources for families. I'd be glad to lend that to you.
I'm sure that this information will be helpful. And your support and knowledge has mean a lot to us. This is a very hard decision. My wife and I have wanted a child so much, but I guess we have to decide whether or not we can raise a child with Down syndrome. Lois, I love you. And I know this is hard for you. I guess we have to let you know whether we want to keep this baby or have an abortion. It's almost too painful to think about.
I need to let you both know that there's a third option here. There's a waiting list of parents who specifically want children who have Down syndrome. Now, that may be a surprise to you, but it reflects all that we've learned with medical advances and early intervention for children with Down syndrome. I've included information about adoption in that packet as well. Interestingly, about 50% of the parents who decide to go through with their pregnancy and look at the adoption possibilities end up deciding in the end to keep their baby. There's a national organization devoted to connecting parents interested in adoption.
Now that does surprise me. I guess it'd take a special person to adopt a child, knowing that they're going to have problems like this.
There certainly can be significant problems for these children, Mr. Abbott, and we don't always know these problems before they're born. I can't speak directly to how adoptive parents feel, but other parents of children with Down syndrome report that their children often bring an added dimension of love and acceptance into their lives and their families. I think that's part of it. The other option is to terminate this pregnancy now, and if you want to make this decision, I can give you some information on that. Not all couples feel that they can go through with a pregnancy under these conditions.
Well, Dr. Thomas, abortion is frowned upon by our faith. But I can imagine the challenges of trying to raise a child with Down syndrome.
Your worries are understandable, and I can't make this decision for you, but I can help you find the answers to your questions. Talking with other parents of children with Down syndrome can be especially helpful. The local Down Syndrome Association can put you in contact with parents. They are the best experts about the rewards and challenges about raising children with Down syndrome.
Thank you, Doctor. I did check the website about Down syndrome. I know these children are usually delayed. But what are the chances of other health issues for our child?